Well, George, a tough old battle that. You came out on top, not without a few scares.
No, I think it was an ugly game, if you like. It wasn't, there wasn't too much on either side getting into loads and loads of phases. But Newcastle are a gritty team who work really hard, and they've killed a lot of teams off, and a lot of teams haven't managed to break them down this year. So there's going to be loads we can look at. I already know that. There's loads of bits and pieces where we probably could have scored one in the corner there. We ended up with 3 points, so it wasn't a disaster. But not a pretty game. But I thought the amount of times we got into the sort of 22, we actually came away with points, which was great. We'd like to have been there a little bit more, but that's, again, we know we've got a lot more we can improve on. But I think ugly games, if you win the ugly ones and manage to have some really good performances, then you're in a good spot.
And significantly this season, when you've been behind in the first half, you've lost those games. When you've been in front, you've just got to draw one.
Yeah, I haven't actually thought of it like that, but yeah, there would be a correlation to that. I think probably, the ones we've gone behind, we've probably looked for a magic solution and tried to get ourselves back in the game, doing something out of the hat rather than staying on task. And when you go ahead a little bit, it gives you the opportunity to back your processes, stay on task, the pressure's off. So that's probably a good learning for us. I'll feed that back in.
You kneeled them by half time. You must have been aware they were going to have some sort of comeback in the third quarter, and they put you under real pressure.
Yeah, they did. We've watched all their games this season. They've been great. They've won 3 games already. So, and they are a pressure team. They make it tight. They make it hard. They make it niggly. And it's a game we knew all those things going into it. But yeah, we had a couple of periods, probably after half time, a little bit disappointed with it looking 16-13 at one point, and felt a little bit like all the hard work we'd done was getting unwound. But I backed the boys there. I wasn't panicking at that point, because I knew we stay on task, we do our processes, and we always look comfortable when we're in our processes. You want to be in that more than not.
And the rolling ball continues to bring you real profit.
Yeah, the rolling ball's been a real strength. Yeah, we've scored every game, and we've got the most actually in the league. So it's a real strength of ours. We put a huge amount of work in. We've been working on it for 15 months now. It's not just happened in pre-season, but the boys have bought into it, and it was a big focus point. We know how this place 20 years ago, if you came in and tried to stop them all, you couldn't stop it, and same at the scrum, and that's something we want to bring back, and we think we can get better and better at it as the weeks go by.
And how good was Lloyd out to stay off the tee? And some of those kicks were real pressure kicks.
Yeah, Lloyd was outstanding, and he was a late change, and he came in, and I thought he was outstanding. I thought he showed real good character. I thought he showed composure. He kicked his kicks. He's had to sit out the last few games, which is frustrating for anyone, but he's brilliant. And again, we want to be that squad. That's what we're trying to grow, is lads can go in and out and deliver, and that takes time. But Lloyd's a great example of a bloke who's fully invested all week, and when the call comes, he took it.
So you weren't intending to start with Lloyd?
Well, Adam took a bang, so yeah, it was a late switch, and like I say, that's the growth probably. I don't think we could have made a late switch last year and delivered a game plan.
But a short turn round to next Friday night's game. Exeter got a thumping on the back of a real victory over the London Irish. That's going to be a tough ask. Yeah,
I think I knew that last week. We said that about London Irish. They're a really good team. Like there's and they've lost games by 1. Score, drawn. That's the league, and anyone can beat anyone. And I think they probably were a bit fired up after last week, and I think we know how Exeter are going to be anyway. So yeah, they're obviously going to be wanting a result, and that's going to fire them up even more. But they're a quality outfit. They're very well drilled. They've been in finals for the last 7 or 8 years. They've won Europe, Prem. They're a massive challenge, but we've got to see where we're at against these teams, and we'll work really hard and see where we're at.
Any injury concerns for today's game?
No, actually, I don't think so. I don't want to say that because I haven't spoken to physios, but there wasn't. We didn't have to take anyone off for injury, no.
And the Kings have 16 man in his element today.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Again, I referenced it to someone in the week. When we were at London Irish last week, and we got a couple of those mauling tries. That stadium lit up. When you're here, it's just a whole nother level of the cheering. And when Lloyd was kicking those kicks, the eruption was great, and the boys feed off that, and it's a great feeling for them. And I think in those tough, sticky moments, when you hear that behind you, it's outstanding.